In the heart of the Cretaceous period, a fearsome predator stalked the ancient landscapes. With its distinctive horns and powerful jaws, Carnotaurus emerged as a formidable hunter, ready to feast upon the unsuspecting prey that roamed the prehistoric world. As the scorching sun beat down on the parched earth, a lone Carnotaurus prowled through the dense vegetation, its keen senses alert for any sign of movement. The air was thick with the scent of potential meals, and the carnivore's stomach growled with anticipation. Suddenly, a rustle in the nearby foliage caught the Carnotaurus's attention. Its muscular body tensed, ready to spring into action at a moment's notice. With lightning-fast reflexes, the predator burst through the undergrowth, revealing its terrifying presence to a startled herd of herbivores. Panic ensued as the plant-eaters scattered in all directions, their thundering footsteps echoing across the landscape. But the Carnotaurus had already locked onto its target, a young, vulnerable member of the herd that had fallen behind in the chaos. With powerful strides, the carnivore closed the gap between itself and its prey. Its massive jaws opened wide, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth that gleamed in the sunlight. In one swift motion, the Carnotaurus clamped down on its victim, ending the chase in a brutal display of nature's raw power. As the dust settled, the victorious predator began to feast upon its hard-earned meal. Blood and flesh tore away with each savage bite, fueling the Carnotaurus's insatiable hunger. This was the way of life in the prehistoric world, a constant struggle for survival where only the strongest and most cunning could thrive. But the Carnotaurus's feast was far from over. As the scent of fresh kill wafted through the air, other predators began to take notice. Scavengers circled overhead, their keen eyes fixed on the gory scene below. Smaller carnivores lurked in the shadows, waiting for an opportunity to steal a morsel from the formidable Carnotaurus. Undeterred by the growing audience, the Carnotaurus continued to gorge itself on its prey. Its powerful jaws crushed through bone and sinew with ease, extracting every last bit of sustenance from the carcass. This meal would sustain the predator for days, providing the energy needed to continue its reign of terror across the prehistoric landscape. As the feast neared its end, the Carnotaurus raised its blood-stained snout to survey its surroundings. The once lush vegetation now bore the scars of the recent chase, trampled and broken in the wake of the fleeing herbivores. The air was thick with the metallic scent of blood and the pungent odor of death. With its hunger satisfied, the Carnotaurus let out a thunderous roar that echoed across the primeval world. It was a declaration of dominance, a warning to all who dared to challenge its supremacy in this unforgiving realm. As the sun began to set on the ancient landscape, the Carnotaurus retreated to the shadows, its belly full and its primal urges temporarily sated. But in this world of eat or be eaten, the hunt for the next meal was never far from the predator's mind. The night brought with it a chorus of prehistoric sounds, the distant calls of other carnivores, the rustling of nocturnal creatures, and the ever-present hum of insects. The Carnotaurus found a secluded spot to rest, its powerful body coiled and ready to spring into action at the first sign of danger or opportunity. As darkness fell, the predator's eyes glowed with an eerie light, a reminder of its keen night vision that allowed it to hunt even in the blackest of nights. The Carnotaurus was a true apex predator, adapted to thrive in the harsh conditions of its prehistoric home. With the coming of dawn, the cycle of life and death would begin anew. The Carnotaurus would once again take to the hunt, its insatiable appetite driving it to seek out new prey and assert its dominance over the prehistoric world. The feast of the Carnotaurus was more than just a meal. Yes, it was a testament to the raw power and savage beauty of nature in its most primal form. In this ancient world, where only the fittest survived, the Carnotaurus reigned supreme, a true king of the Cretaceous period. As the first rays of sunlight began to pierce through the prehistoric canopy, the Carnotaurus stirred from its slumber. Its powerful muscles flexed as it rose to its feet, ready to face another day of survival in this unforgiving world. The air was thick with the scent of potential prey, and the Carnotaurus's nostrils flared as it caught wind of a promising trail. With a low growl, the predator set off in pursuit of its next meal, its heavy footfalls leaving deep impressions in the soft earth. As it moved through the landscape, other creatures gave the Carnotaurus a wide berth. Even other predators knew better than to challenge this apex hunter, whose reputation for ferocity and strength was well established in the prehistoric ecosystem. The hunt was on, and the Carnotaurus was in its element. Its powerful legs propelled it forward with surprising speed for a creature of its size, while its keen senses guided it unerringly towards its unsuspecting prey. In the distance, a herd of herbivores grazed peacefully, unaware of the approaching danger. The Carnotaurus slowed its pace, using the dense vegetation as cover as it crept closer to its potential victims. With a sudden burst of speed, the predator exploded from its hiding place, sending the herd into a panic. The thundering of hooves filled the air as the herbivores scattered, but the Carnotaurus had already singled out its target, a slower, weaker member of the group that couldn't keep up with the rest. The chase was short but intense, with the Carnotaurus's powerful legs eating up the distance between it and its prey. In a matter of moments, the predator's massive jaws clamped down on its victim, ending the pursuit in a spray of blood and a chorus of agonized cries. Once again, the Carnotaurus began to feast, tearing into its fresh kill with savage efficiency. This was the way of life in the Cretaceous period, a constant struggle for survival where only the strongest and most adaptable could thrive. As the Carnotaurus gorged itself on its latest meal, life continued on around it. Smaller scavengers darted in to snatch scraps of meat, while larger predators watched from a distance, waiting for an opportunity to challenge the Carnotaurus for its prize. But none dared to approach too closely. The Carnotaurus's reputation as a fierce and territorial hunter was well known, and few creatures were willing to risk their lives for a taste of its hard-earned meal. As the feast drew to a close, the Carnotaurus raised its blood-stained snout to the sky and let out a triumphant roar. It was a sound that echoed across the prehistoric landscape, a declaration of dominance that sent shivers down the spines of all who heard it. With its hunger satisfied once more, the Carnotaurus retreated to the shadows to rest and digest its meal. But in this world of constant danger and opportunity, the predator remained ever vigilant, its senses attuned to any potential threat or new source of food. The feast of the Carnotaurus was more than just a simple act of survival. It was a testament to the raw power and savage beauty of nature in its most primal form. In this ancient world, where only the fittest survived, the Carnotaurus stood as a true icon of prehistoric might and majesty.